Today we've got another episode of Keto, Can I Eat This for you? And today we are looking at vanilla. Welcome to Pop Keto, where we aim to help you live a sustainable keto and low carb lifestyle.
Today is the next installment of Keto, Can I Eat This?
This is a series where we look at food labels and we put it through a short test to see whether it's something that we would eat as a person on the ketogenic diet.
This particular topic has been suggested by one of our subscribers, June. So thank you very much.
Thanks, June. So just a quick recap at what we're looking at when we're looking at the food labels. Number one, we're looking at the nutritional information table so we can have a look at the macros. How many grams of carbohydrates does this particular thing have and how are we going to fit that in our macros? The second one that we're going to look at is how much of the ingredient we're actually going to eat, because that will have a weighting on the decision-making process. And the third one we're looking at is the list of ingredients. And in that, there are three particular things we are looking for. We are looking for starches, we are looking for sugars and sweeteners, and we are looking for the oils to see that we're happy with each of those ingredients. So, you ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Keto, Can I Eat This Vanilla Edition? So the first vanilla that we are looking at is readily available at most supermarkets and it's a fine quality product. Nielsen Massey World's Finest Vanilla.
So with this particular product, we can see that there's actually no measurements in grams, but what we do have is the actual ingredients, and this is what we'll have to defer to make the decision if we're actually going to use this product or not. With something like vanilla essence, in terms of the quantity that you would use or to consume is actually quite minimal. So the packaging is showing that 15 ml, which is about a tablespoon, would be a typical serving, or an up to. You could potentially use less than that, but sometimes I know there are recipes that call for a teaspoon or less. So seeing that there's no table there, we're looking at the amount that you would typically consume, and it is quite minimal.
So looking at what we've got so far, we're actually going to wait to make our decision on this until we've seen the ingredient list. So let's go there.
Okay, so looking at the ingredients for this particular product, it's water, ethanol, sugar, and vanilla bean extract.
So we're looking at the three things that we were talking about. Are there any oils in there that we need to be worried about? There's no oils in there, so we can just skip that one. Starches, again, not starches in there to be worried about, but there is sugar. Clearly listed on the ingredients, sugar. There's ethanol in it. So to take a quick sidestep here, just to sort of say, when you're looking at vanilla in particular, most vanilla extracts and essences are going to be based on either alcohol or a sugar syrup. Now, most of the alcohol-based ones are going to be based on a light alcohol, which is not going to be very carby, so that's probably going to be our preference compared to one that's got sugar in it.
So overall, looking at this particular product, for us, we would probably not select this because we know that there are better options out there. But if you're stuck, you don't have any, you can't find any anywhere, because it's such a small portion, you know, you could pass. But at the same time, as we said, there are better options.
So we're going to give this one a no. All right, next one we are looking at is the Dr. Otka Madagascan Vanilla Extract.
The first thing we will look at is the nutritional information table.
And luckily for us, this one actually does have one.
Okay, so looking at the table, per 100 grams, we can see that the carbs are actually 70 grams. And of that, sugars are 48 grams.
Now, if you were having 100 grams of that, that would flat out be a no. Don't drink vanilla essence. And flowing into the next one, let's say you're only having a tablespoon. Let's say you're only having 15 grams of it. Math says that in the end, you are going to have, in 1 tablespoon or 15 ml, you're going to have about 10.5 grams of carbs. Now, you're not going to have that all yourself, but that's a big chunk out of a daily carb intake.
Yeah, absolutely. And if your goal, especially if your goal is 20 or under, that could potentially take a big hit on that. So that's how you would measure or make that decision.
So let's go on to the ingredients.
Right, the ingredients. So what do we have? Invert sugar syrup, glucose syrup, water, and vanilla extract. I guess with the sugar syrup and the glucose syrup being the first ingredients, I guess you could conclude that that is going to be a majority.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's reflected in the amount of carbs in it
Yeah.
as well. So again, there's no oils in this for us to be concerned about. There's no particular starches that are standing out, but at least 2 of the 4 ingredients are sugar.
So would we eat this?
No.
The next one that we want to look at is the Asda brand extra special Madagascan vanilla essence.
So with no nutritional table on this product, we're just going to skip to the next bit where we talk about how much we use. We've already established we're not using much of
Quite
this
minimal.
at all. So we'll jump to the ingredients.
Glucose syrup, invert sugar, soft brown sugar, Madagascan vanilla extract, and water. So with that in mind,
Out of the 5 ingredients, 3 are sugars. Glucose syrup, invert sugar, soft brown sugar. It's clearly a no.
no.
And there are better ones out there, so let's move on to that one. All right, so our next one is the Morrisons, the best Madagascan vanilla extract. So similar to the last one in that it's another supermarket brand, sort of premium sort of vanilla. So there's no nutritional table on this tiny little bottle, so we'll move on. We know we're not going to have a lot of it. Let's jump to the ingredients. And the ingredients are water, ethanol, and vanilla extract. So there's no oils in that for us to worry about. There's no starches in there that we're worrying about. There's no sugars in there that we're worrying about. So this so far is the best option that we've had.
Yeah. The last vanilla essence product that we want to look at that can be purchased is Baron Vanilla Essence.
And this one does have a nutritional table on it, so let's have a look.
Per 100 grams, we have 0 grams of carbohydrates, of which sugars are also 0 grams. So that's already a winner right there.
Yeah, comparing that to some of the ones we had earlier, where out of the 100 grams, 70 of the grams were carbs.
And
This is
48
doing
grams
really well.
of sugar, whereas
Yeah.
this has got 0. So you're already on a winner there.
All right, so then we're only having a little bit. We'll move on to the ingredients, which are...
Filtered water and vanilla extract. And that's it.
That's it. 2 ingredients, vanilla extract and water. So there's no added sugars. There's no oils for us to worry about. There is no starches in there. This is a good one.
And the good thing with this is obviously being 0 grams carbs, you don't have to worry about, if you're tracking your macros and you're really strict on your, you're strictly trying to stay under the 20 grams, this is perfect. So the interesting thing about looking at those is just how much they vary.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it just shows how important it is to look at this information.
Yeah, and the more you do it, the better you will get at it. You'll be able to become a label reading ninja, and you'll just be a master of this. You'll be able to walk into any supermarket and go, yes, no, yes, no. So generally, these are our go-tos. The one from Morrisons, if we can't get it anywhere else, we'll grab that. And this one that we buy on Amazon, it's actually good value, and it is a good tasting vanilla as well. So we're going to tell you one more thing in a sec, but before we do, just to recap the 3 things that we are looking at. We're looking at the nutritional table, we're looking at how much we're having, and we're looking at the ingredients. And when we're looking at the ingredients, we're looking at the oils, we're looking at the sugars, and we're looking at the starches. We do have one small thing that we want to show you as well. This here, this little jar of experimentation, this is us having a go at making our own vanilla essence. So this one we started about a month and a half ago.
Yep.
I've got the date on there. Yeah, so about a month and a half ago. And we expect it'll take about 6 months. And really there's 2 ingredients in this. One is vanilla beans, and the other is vodka. And that's what we were saying before. Most of them are either alcohol-based or syrup-based. So we're making an alcohol-based one. And I can say for real that in 2020, I bought more vodka in my life than I have in any other year, in all the years combined.
Purely for this
Purely for
purpose.
this. Purely for this. Now, we don't drink much at all. But yeah, I find that funny that 2020, vodka. Anyway, we hope you found this helpful, everyone.
If you have any food or ingredients that you would actually like us to have a look at in a future video, drop us a note in the comments below.
So again, big thanks to June, one of our subscribers who suggested this. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button now, like the video, have a look at some of the other stuff we've done. Stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.